The biological sciences affect our lives in many ways, from medicine to genetics, to the way our cells work or the way we interact with our environment. At BYU Independent Study, our introductory biology course explores all of this and more. Working with instructional designer Stephen Park, instructor Heather Gooch has created a course that gives students a solid understanding of basic biological concepts. But going beyond the boundaries of the traditional classroom, Heather also uses interviews with a wide range of working professionals to show students aspects of biology they may have never considered. For example, with wetlands biologist James McMillan, Heather demonstrates how scientific method is used on the job every day.
So let's review the scientific method and how it works with your career. You've made your observations by doing what?
Well, we look at the vegetation, the hydrology or wetness of the site, or the lack of wetness, and the soils.
And do you usually do a hypothesis at that point?
Yeah, from our observations, we can make a rough hypothesis about where wetlands are likely.
Heather also makes a point to show how professional applications of biology impact our personal lives. An interview with cancer researcher Dr. Doug Grossman of the Huntsman Cancer Institute is followed by a conversation with cancer survivor Marie Murray.
But what had happened was mine had actually metastasized, or it had spread, and so that's why mine was considered a stage 4. But depending on what the cells look like when they biopsy it, they can tell what particular type of cancer it is, and mine had actually been presented as breast cancer.
Heather discusses the cellular characteristics of Down syndrome in the laboratory of geneticist Dwayne Jeffrey. But her interview with a mother and her Down syndrome daughter allows students to experience the subject from a much more personal perspective.
Have you noticed people treating Lizzie differently than you would expect them to treat anyone else? Or
I think, again, we've been so lucky to grow up in this period of time because everyone has become so much more accepting and tolerant and loving of people with disabilities. Their places in regular society has become more accepted. What's your favorite class?
I do good at cooking and social skills.
do you like to cook at home?
Yeah,
Do you have to practice for homework?
sometimes.
Biology 41, a combination of solid instruction, effective media, and personal insights that make everyday biological science fascinating and relevant.